play with the cars that's out there making big power today, you're gonna need to start around 800 horsepower. 800 horsepower is what we start our elite package at. So for those that are looking for big horsepower, this is what it's gonna look like. So this engine right here, it belongs to our client, Kenneth Poston, out of the Gulf Coast. And if you think about our clients that have come out of the Gulf Coast, Kevin Saucer, that was one of our nicest projects right there. We got Jamal Griffin out of Louisiana. So it's something going on in that Louisiana, Mississippi region of the world. I get some really, really nice cars out of that region. And not only the cars, but the people that own the cars. Like, those have been some of my most favorite clients. And so when I saw the vision for what Kenneth wanted to do with it, I said, you know what? This is what you need. You need this engine right here because you want to be able to make 800 plus horsepower reliably. So behind this engine is going to be a stage 3 4L80E from Extreme Automatics. It's going to be a very streetable and reliable 800 plus horsepower. This project right here, it's a very special project because it challenged me to deliver something that is thought about often, but rarely executed. And what I mean by that is everybody wants the horsepower until you actually have to live with the horsepower. So our challenge here, which we're gonna execute, is delivering a car that can make 800 plus horsepower turnkey. Can it make more horsepower than that? Absolutely. But our goal is to have it where it's turnkey, reliable, and consistent, with a very good tune on it. So that's what we delivered here, and I feel wonderful about it. Next week, it'll be getting installed. So welcome back to the channel. Today we are at Simplicity Fabrications warehouse.
Yep.
It's my boy Terrence.
Yes, sir.
I've been working with Terrence since 2019. And when we first started working together, I was on the hunt for somebody who could do some extraordinary welding. I was looking for somebody who could do some art. I was looking for somebody who could do some pie cuts. And so I started looking at European designs. I started looking at Ferraris. I started looking at Lamborghinis. And I literally went door to door and I found a shop called Eurofed. And he was there. How old were you then?
Yeah,
22?
Yeah, 22, 23.
Yeah. So he's 22, 23 doing work like this, you know. Back then. And so I always wanted something, I always liked that European touch. And so Terrence has worked on all kinds of cars. Tell them about some of the cars you worked on, man.
We worked on a ton of Lamborghini Uruses, worked on a few Audi R8s, worked on a ton of BMWs and Volkswagen, Mazdas, Hondas, all types of vehicles, honestly. And I mean, now Grand Nationals all the time.
Yeah, yeah. So I was impressed with the work that he did. So I was like, man, there's so many different turbos that you can run, but getting those turbos mounted to your car, that's where you gotta have an expert like him. So I started hanging around those people who had Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and I was like, how are y'all taking these, even the Audis? That's how I found out about Zona Rotor, to be honest with you.
Really?
I started seeing those 6-cylinder Audis making 900 horsepower out of a V6. I started seeing those Evos that are 4-cylinder making 1,000 horsepower. So I was like, I know if they can make the power, I know I can make the power. And so the turbo that I saw in person back then was the 72 millimeter version of this. So the 105 69S by Zona Rotor. And that's the turbo that I had on my car, One Clean T. That's how I met him. Mm-hmm. We took the Cruise Performance headers and took the flange off of them. They were the 3-bolt. You remember those 3-bolt headers we did? We cut the 3-bolt off of them and put the V-band flange on them. And so that same concept and ideology that we came up with back in 2020 is fast forward to now, almost 2026. Look at the work we're doing now.
Yeah.
I mean, that started from 5 years ago, bro. Yeah. Look at the art we're doing now.
Little razzle dazzle now.
Yeah. So tell them a little bit about what you did here and you know,
so
where you started and where we going.
So basically, Dev, he really loves the wastegate setup here. That's like a signature for him, especially with the teardrop at the bottom here. He definitely needs the turbo in a specific location. Like, he likes to have the turbo in this area so that this charge pipe here doesn't interfere and cause false knock on the intake. So, and then one really important signature that we add all the time now is this type of bracing here. So basically, we box the wastegate merge and the entry for the turbo here. We box it in, and sometimes we have the brace down low, but this time we switched it up and we went in between because of this setup that we had going on. And then also we like to add bracing on the backside just to be able to hold the turbo. We've had failures before where cracking with the merge and stuff like that and false knock. So we just, over the years, we perfected the design and certain areas that we just needed to be perfect.
So basically, we could go on and on and on and get into the details of all the work that's been done here. And I'll leave all the work that's been done here just between me and you, because that's been 5 years of dedication to be able to say this is going to be a success because of everything we've been through.
I totally agree.
So if somebody wants to get something done like this in the future, we got you covered. You know what I'm saying? And I feel comfortable with being able to say, hey, if you want some really high horsepower headers that fit the first time, we can build it for you.
And that take the abuse.
Yes. He can sit on the trans brake, sit on the two-step, and it's not going to crack on you because we've already cracked in the past. We know how to have success. But enough about this. Let's talk about what we came here to talk about today. What are we talking about today?
Well, we talking about this Grand National on the lift right here.
Okay.
It's a 3.5 exhaust that we built. I call it a single shot.
Yep.
That's just like, I don't know, ever since you text me saying, yo, we gotta build a single shot, that's just been the thing. So
we've got a saying here at Watts Performance, only the finest. Only the finest. We've been saying that for 5 years now. Let's show everybody what the finest work looks like.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, bro. I'm ready to see this.
What you got? A little razzle dazzle going on over here, my boy. Yeah, so check this out.
Yeah, man, this is fantastic, bro. So whether it's a custom, exotic, one-off build like this, or, you know, if you got a budget build like what we're getting ready to do, this man can handle it. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So let's talk about this one, man. What'd you do here?
So basically, we started off, we had the downpipe, and it originally came down here, it was cut, and we took that up a little bit and clocked it down, added a V-band at the end of it.
Okay, so it still has the 3-inch downpipe that was on the car.
Yes, factory downpipe, yep. Okay. So we modified that one, added a V-band.
So that's a 3-inch, that's a 3-inch TA Performance downpipe.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you've taken a TA Performance downpipe and you cut that edge off. Oh my God, that looks good, bro. So you cut the edge of it and put a twist here. So down this 3-inch downpipe from TA has been modified with a V-band.
Yep.
Okay.
3-inch V-band flash.
Okay.
And then once I got that on there, then I can start from there, weld that all up. And then I put a 3-inch 90, and I smooth transition from 3-inch to 3.5.
Okay. So that transition is there. Okay. Gotcha.
Yes, sir. And then we added a 3.5 flex pipe from Stainless Bros. We added that as well because that is actually very important, especially with the type of mounts that we had here. So we got these mounts from Summit Racing, and these mounts are kind of like stiff. They have a bushing. So we got 3 of them on this exhaust system throughout the exhaust. And then this Grand National is a little different compared to all the other ones that we worked on.
What did you see different?
It has this chassis brace here. So this stiffens up the chassis a lot, and it caused some complications with me building the exhaust. At first, originally we was gonna go under. I didn't know if I wanted to go under, through, I didn't know. So we just started slow and took our time, and I was able to go up and over the transmission mount here.
Okay.
And went up and over.
So normally, this isn't even here.
Mm-hmm.
Normally we come straight from the downpipe and just come straight right here. But our biggest goal was to be able to have road clearance. I didn't want it hitting the road.
That's facts.
And then I didn't want it to be hitting this chassis brace any kind of way.
And cause false knock.
So yeah, and cause false knock, and then you wondering why this thing's really knocking is because the exhaust is hitting the frame. So the cool thing about this project that I'm loving is everything is serviceable.
Mm-hmm.
If I need to take this pipe off, he set it up in a way where I can still work on the car.
Yep.
A lot of people just exhaust
pipes, everything.
Exhaust people typically just put pipes together.
And weld it solid.
Yeah, and weld it solid where you can't service this. So if I need to take this off, man, it's literally, tell me what I need to do to take this pipe off.
So just to take this pipe off, I made it easy with the V-bands. I have a 3.5 V-band here, and I have a 3-inch one there, like I said before.
Okay.
And then once you take off the 213s, and then you take off this 14 nut here off the mount.
Okay.
Take that off, it literally just drops down and you swoop it out.
Okay, so this just drops down, and I can swoop that out right there.
Yep. Right
okay.
there.
That's nice.
Real short and sweet, simple.
And this was what my main concern was. How were we going to get a 3.5-inch? Ideally, for the amount of horsepower we're going to be making with this project, I would have liked to go on with a 4-inch exhaust system. But considering the bracing that's under here, 3.5 was the largest that we could get in here and get some clearance. So the clearance in here is super tight.
Super tight.
But you did it, bro. And it looks wonderful. So basically coming from right here, I disconnect there.
Yep.
This pipe comes off.
Right.
Now, what about this pipe? Am I going to be able to get this pipe out?
Yes, you actually can get that pipe out too as well. So this pipe here, 3.5 all the way through, and it actually goes through the brace here.
Okay.
It drops a little low here because I didn't want to go this way. That would have been awesome, but it would be too low. So I was able to snake it through and get it tight to the drive shaft, and then up through this this brace here. And then you take off this V-band. Once you take off that V-band, this V-band comes apart, and then you take off this mount, the hardware for those mounts, and then it swoops out this way.
Okay, so if I want to disconnect this part,
Right.
So the front side, I disconnect here to pull down.
Yep.
That serviceability is so important.
Yeah.
Because right now it's all stationary, but who knows what's going to be happening 2 years down the road. I don't want to be calling you saying cuss words.
Exactly. Exactly.
or saying cuss words to myself, really.
It's got to make sense.
Yeah, I want to make sure. So basically, that goes to the front. It comes out.
Yep.
This comes out that way.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So, Terrence, let me see. Talk to me about this. Okay. And I already know the answer, but I really want you to express your wisdom and knowledge on what we're seeing right here. I'm looking at the drive shaft. See some interference here.
Yep.
Talk to me about that.
So right now, the car is on the lift.
Okay.
So the rear end is actually drooping down.
Okay.
So with that being said, the drive shaft is going to come down, and I wanted it to be as tight as possible here.
Okay.
Because that's technically saying that's my max clearance.
Okay.
So when the car comes down on its actually weight, the suspension will go up, and then the drive shaft will go up, and then there's probably be about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of clearance right here.
So basically what you're telling me is I'll have 1 inch of clearance in real life.
Yeah.
Okay. And in real life, this drive shaft is going to be sitting about right here.
Right.
When we lift that rear, when it goes on the ground, that rear end is going to be sitting about right here. That drive shaft is going to be way up here.
Right.
In that angle right there. So this clearance that I see right here is only due to the rear end being down low.
Exactly.
Okay.
You might draw some red flags, but nope, you'll be all good.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
So this exhaust, if I ever need to do any type of serviceability, it comes back this way.
Exactly.
And I love the bracing that's here. And this was done by the billet stop in Texas. So they did a wonderful job on this G-body bracing. But this G-body bracing was never set up for a Grand National because Grand Nationals always have the exhaust exiting back there.
Right.
This was set up to have dump mufflers right here. So to even think about and rationalize coming above all of this bracing was crazy. I only knew one man to do it. That was T.
I got you, brother.
So, you know, we could have taken the easy route and gone under and done something, but if it's a Grand National, in my opinion, it has to go over the axle. Has to.
Yeah.
So,
at first, we were gonna go. At first, my original plan was to go through under here, but then I thought when the car comes down, technically, like if I did do that, I would have to bring the exhaust all the way up here, and then if the car comes down, it's gonna still be right there. So I was like, that's a no bueno for me. So I was like, we got to go up and over. So, and I'm happy that we did, because actually I love the design and it looks good, and it's actually really sturdy. Like I can shake this whole car. Let's not do that because we're on the lift. But I can shake this whole car throughout the exhaust. It's really stiff. So yeah.
So the bracing, I think that's the best you've ever done.
Yeah.
Like you're doing your best work ever, bro, and it looks fantastic.
Thank you.
And I know this ain't even
the best of the best. It could get better right there.
We doing this on a budget.
Right. Right.
Wow, and this looks wonderful.
I do love the mounts. The mounts are just really nice.
Fantastic.
They work very well.
So check out this mount right here. Tell me about that. That looks really nice.
So honestly, I had to just throw that one in there. This mount originally, so basically, I didn't know how I wanted to mount it. This could have been this way flat, or it could have been that way. So I didn't know how to do it. So I thought this way would be better due to the way that it's designed and the way that it'll come out.
Okay.
So basically, if I disconnect this and this comes out, if I come this way and out, it won't interfere. But if I would have flipped it the other way, it would have never been able to come out this way because it's been hitting a different direction.
Okay.
So that's why I had to throw it to the side, and it just to get it to be able to maneuver when I came out.
Fantastic.
Like I'm telling you, like the exhaust is designed and engineered the right way to where you can easily take things out and put things back in.
That's what matters most. Being able to service it.
Yeah.
Because let's just say if I gotta pull the rear end out to do something, I don't want to have to be cutting stuff and re-welding. Like, I want to be able to take my clamps off.
Yep.
Move this, move that.
Exactly.
You know.
And that's also a reason why I put a clamp here. So for later on, say if the customer wants to get loud and proud, he can take the muffler off. And he can either put the turn down on here, or he can extend it out and just have a straight pipe section with no muffler. And then also too, I didn't want to weld this or have another V-band there because of clearance issues coming out. So therefore, I just put the clamp there, made it easy, simple, and it's not going nowhere. And there's another mount on the mufflers section here.
I saw your video on Instagram, and shout out your Instagram.
Simplicity Fab.
Yeah, follow Terrence.
Follow me up, man.
That's on. Where can they find you at?
Oh, what?
What platforms can they find you at?
Oh, they can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. So about 4 of them.
Plus you got the website, right?
Oh, and I got the website. How can I forget the website?
Hey.
And I got the website, simplicityfabatl.net.
Yeah, so Terrence, you did wonderful on this. And I think that this is the coolest part of this whole build. Tell me about this muffler selection, because there has never been a Grand National in the world ever to have a muffler right here. And this is going to be so controversial, but it looks so sexy, bro.
It does, right?
What is this muffler?
So this is a muffler from Stainless Bros.
And why'd you pick this muffler too?
So I picked this muffler because I know it packs a punch.
Okay.
When Dev came to me and he said, hey, this customer, he doesn't want to be too loud, but he doesn't want to be like too quiet and boring. So I said, okay, no problem. Let's do this and this and that and third. So, and then I went ahead and got this muffler from Stainless Bros because I knew it packed a punch. I used them before. It is 18 inches long. So that actually drew a complication in there because I wanted to put it in the midsection, but I couldn't. So therefore, I went ahead and put it in the rear, but I wanted it to look as clean as possible because, like Dev said, usually these vehicles don't have the mufflers in the rear. And I didn't know how it was going to look, but I put my own twist on it, and came out pretty nice to me.
Bro, that
And I
shit
added
fire,
a nice
bro.
little turn down as well, because usually Grand National has some type of turn down or like a slash cut at the rear.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put a little twist on there.
And you got that exit in pretty much in the factory location.
Right, and that as well,
Yep.
because usually they be about right here because
Yep.
they mount right there. So
Yep.
I wanted the exit to be right in kind of the area. I didn't want to be like too close to the tire, too far out.
And what made us be able to fit this muffler right here is the fact that this spare tire well has already been cut out. So that gave us perfect clearance right here to go ahead and put this muffler right here. And I can still service my gas tank.
Yeah.
And if I do need to pull this out, you've made it simple enough where I just got a bolt right there and a bolt right here
Exactly.
to drop my muffler. To drop my gas tank.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Fantastic. I want to hear it crank up, bro.
Let's start it.
And this, by the way, this car, as you can see, it's got the big rims on it. It's got the bracing on it. We're gonna make a lot of horsepower. This car is gonna be the fastest car that I've ever built. You've seen the engine from Kenneth Poston's build. This one's gonna be a whole lot faster. This is gonna be my fastest build ever. Probably even my last build that I do. Probably is my last build.
You said this was taking me to the moon.
Yeah, this one's gonna be my last, probably. So, it's just so much love going into it. So this is Alfonso's car out of Alameda, California. So we've been talking for many, many years about doing something special. He started from the bottom. He's already got the big brakes. He's already got the full suspension. He's already got the bracing. We got the exhaust done. Under the car is done. I want to hit it with some dry ice and some paint, but under the car is done. Next, we'll get the drive shaft, the 4L80E transmission, the TA aluminum block with the stage 2 heads. Our goal for that build is to make 1,000 horsepower very easily. You know what I'm saying? So then we'll work our way up, do paint interior, but for right now, we just wanted to get the bottom end of the car right. This one's gonna represent Watts Performance on the West Coast. So I just want to say thank you, Terrence, for all of your attention to detail. I got confidence in you because of your attention to detail that you have. And honestly, I think I'm pretty picky, but damn, bro.
Yeah, I can be picky.
Yeah, you pretty picky. and it takes
you,
that type of attention to detail to have success. From the bottom end of the car to the top of the car, everything takes attention to detail. And that's something I pride myself on, is my attention to detail. Like, nobody's gonna pay attention to your stuff, your property, your investment, like I am gonna do. I'm gonna take care of your stuff as if it were my own. And that's just who I am as a person. Not doing it for show, not doing it for clout. That's just who I am as a person. I'm gonna take care of your shit for real.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
And he will too. And everybody on my team will take care of your stuff.
Yeah.
So
We trying our best.
yeah, and you did a wonderful job, man.
And we got insurance.
Yeah,
Just
and we got insurance.
Just say.
Yep. So if you made it to this portion of the video, thank you for watching the whole video,
Yeah.
because you got to meet and see for yourself some of the level of craftsmanship that we put into our builds. That kind of makes you understand the price. You know, we're not just slapping parts together. We're actually sitting down, writing out, engineering, re-engineering, designing, and putting our best effort for it. So it does come with a price.
It's gotta last.
Yeah, it has to last, has to be durable, has to represent the brand. And when you get something from us, know that we put our best effort for it. So Terrence, huge part of our success. Been working with him for many, many years. So appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Just a moment we've been waiting on. Let's see what it's gonna sound like. have gotten to this part of the video, probably means you love what you're seeing. And if you love what you're seeing, I want to encourage you to hit that subscribe button. We got so much good content coming out. So much good content. You got my journey to 1,000 horsepower Grand National. You've got some Grand National secrets that we're about to unveil. And lastly, you got some wonderful technical videos where we're going to show you the ins and outs on a lot of different installations. And if you need some Grand National parts, check this out. wasperformance.com. We started a new LLC called Turbo 6 Parts. And on Turbo 6 Parts, you can find literally anything from brand new parts. You can find good quality used parts. And you can also find some rare hidden gems. So all you got to do is go to wasperformance.com, click on Turbo 6 Parts at the top, check out all kind of excellent deals from new to used parts. A lot of these parts we're pulling directly off of cars that we're servicing. A lot of these parts, to be honest with you, our cars have gone through many, many different iterations. So I took my car from a 12-second car and I'm about to hit 8s. So there's a lot of parts that I've just personally taken off my own car that are still in good condition. And then there's a lot of cars that come in here, really good running cars. And we're taking those parts off of those cars and then we're putting them on our website to sell. And one more thing, if you got a Grand National and you need a little direction, we offer consultation services. So go to wasperformance.com, click connect with us. I don't take phone calls because we're so busy, but if you need something, book an appointment with me. We offer 3 different distinct options by appointment only. See which option fits best for you. You know, if you're ready to schedule maintenance, click schedule maintenance. It'll take you to Calendly and you can book some time on the calendar. And there's just going to be a couple of questions for you to answer and we'll get connected.